Hey everyone, you're gonna kind of have to deal with the lighting because I don't really feel like moving. We're at our new place, and I figured since I got some time off today, it's my day off, that I would update everyone since it's been so long since I've done a lot of videos. So I figured I have a year's worth of updating to do. Um, the first update video that I'm doing is about family, and my family life has been very different over this past year. I believe in the last video that I made last year, I was going through my parents' divorce and they were getting divorced and all that. They did end up getting divorced. It was finalized in probably June, I believe, of last summer, and it was finalized and everything. My mother had already moved out and all that. My dad's father actually passed away during that time. He probably passed away in May, I believe, something like that. So it was just a big hit for my dad. A lot of stuff was going on, and I just felt really bad for him because he had a lot of stuff going on, and here I was like going through all this at the same time. Um, but anyway, so right before my parents' divorce was final, I basically sat down with my mom. I went over to my grandparents' house, really pissed off because my mom had been sending me like letters and little notes and cards and stuff like that, trying to rekindle our relationship, whatever. But it was, I mean, like, she was trying, but not really trying to rekindle our relationship. It was trying to rekindle the relationship she had with her daughter. And that, as you know, is not gonna work because I'm not her daughter. Um, so I went over there pretty pissed off and basically told her, the look, here's what needs to happen. And so we had a discussion about everything. I was like, I understand that you're trying and everything, but you're really not trying to get to know me. You're trying to get to know the daughter that you already lost. And if you continue to do that, then nothing is going to change. And I'm not going to be around in your life after this divorce is final. Um, the only reason why I was still talking to her at the time is because my dad was afraid that if I dropped correspondence, then that she would try to do something and like keep the dogs or be manipulative in some sort of way. So and that's really the only reason why I was having any contact with her during that time, anyways. And even then, it was still pretty limited. Um. So, anyways, we had a big long talk, and I basically told her how I felt about how she raised me and everything that she had done and put me through, and stuff like that. About how I felt whenever she told me that she hopes I get AIDS and die, um, and whenever she told me that my friend committing suicide last summer was God's way of telling him that it's not okay to be gay, just stuff like that. And I don't think she really got it in her mind that I have a valid reason for feeling the way that I do. I think she thinks that I'm holding on to grudges, and really it's not that. In some ways it might be, but it's also because she continues to do things like that. And she continues to refuse to accept me for the person that I am. And I can't, I mean, I'm not out to anybody like at work. Most people at work don't know. Like, if I'm out in public, I'm passing really well now, especially now that I've started testosterone. And I can't have her like calling out my name and it not being my name and being her name and stuff like that. So we had a very long discussion about it, and I tried to make sure that she knew exactly the reasons why. I was very, very clear about it. Um, I don't think she's ever going to own up to it, though. No matter what, I don't think she's ever going to own up to it. But once the divorce was final, I haven't talked to her since then. She didn't change anything. She basically refused to change anything. Even once my name and gender was changed, she told me that she would still call me by my birth name and by female pronouns because I would always be her daughter and stuff like that. So I'll let her think that, and she can just, go on with her life, because if she's gonna think that I'm a person that I'm not, then I'm just gonna let her be the person that she is and just move along. I mean, I can't sit around and be dealing with the hate that she's put in my life. And I mean, my family, the family that I have around in my life and I've kept around in my life knows exactly how I feel, and can see how she's treated me, and most of them know why she's not in my life anymore. So most of them agree with my decision. Um, my dad and I kind of butt heads with it sometimes. Um, we still talk. We don't have a very, very close relationship. We're trying to work on it a little bit. He's doing a little bit better after I got my name and gender changed. He's working on the name. He's started calling me by Skylar. He slips sometimes though, but he's working on it at least. I had to have a pretty big discussion with him because he was just not changing, and basically had to say, look, this is it. You need to change because I can't just keep not doing anything. So that's what happened, and so far he's been okay. I mean, it's not going as quickly as I'd like, but it's better than nothing. It's better than it has been in the past. At least he's doing stuff, but I have to kind of remind him sometimes that, look, I'm not that person. This is who I am. I'd appreciate it if you call me by this. Like the other night, his van broke down, and my girlfriend and I we went to go try to jumpstart it. Well, there were these guys that were coming out of the restaurant, and they were trying to help him too, and so they kind of took over, and my girlfriend and I were just standing there. Well, my girlfriend got in the car, and then I guess they said something to my dad, and my dad said, "Yeah, that's my daughter," referring to me, and that pissed me off pretty bad. I mean, here I am, like, passing just fine and everything. I have, like, a big coat on. I mean, I have my binder on. I mean, you can't tell. And, it pissed me off pretty bad. And it was already bad enough because it was, like, 8:30, and I had to be at work at 5 o'clock in the morning the next morning. And so, like, it was my bedtime because I go to bed pretty early when I have to get up that early. But, anyways, so I was already kind of, like, cranky. Also because we've been moving that week. But anyways, I sent a text message once I got home, and I was like, I appreciate it. And if you don't introduce me to people as your daughter, I hope you get your car fixed. So he didn't respond to that. The next day he acted like it never happened, and he called me by Skylar. So I don't know. It's kind of up in the air, and it goes up and down, and sometimes I just gotta kind of remind him, look, this is how it is, and this is how it's gonna be. You need to respect that, and I think for the most part he's trying, but that's how it is for now, and we gotta see what it goes from there. So, anyways, that's how it is. I don't talk to my mom's her parents, my grandparents on her side. My dad's dad passed away. His mother and I never really had much of a connection or like communication between us, so nothing really has changed. But she's still pretty supportive. Anytime I talk to her, I always refer to myself as Skylar and stuff like that, and she's pretty supportive. As far as the rest of the family, I talk to pretty much everybody that I've talked to in the past, and those that I haven't, I still don't talk to. Nothing has changed with that. So most of them have not changed, and I don't think they really ever will. But we'll see. Time sometimes changes things. Sometimes it doesn't. But we'll see.